Hello everybody. My Chevy Volt battery, I pulled out of that wreck. I've got a bus bar that I made out of a copper pipe. I stuck a piece of brass rod in there just to increase the capabilities of it. The Chevy Volt has a 24 volt battery here and a 24 volt battery there. Tie those two together to make a 48 volt, and then you have a 48 volt there, a 48 volt there, 48 there, 48 there, 48, and then a little, what is that one? That's another 48, 24, 48. So I just tied them all together to make a 48 volt battery bank, approximately 16 kilowatts. The battery's charged up to 48.2. One of the cells in the battery that I tapped into is idling at 4.0 volts. What else can I tell you about this? The battery weighs about 400 some odd pounds. I decided to leave it in its Chevy Volt compartment. If I want to use this battery in another car, I just disconnect it and stick it in another car. I haven't done any rewiring or anything to void that ability. I still have the water tubes all connected. You never know, I might just take that nice cold water out of my solar powered swamp cooler and recirculate the cold water through the batteries if need be. Right now I don't think we need to do it. This is a little drawing of what I did. 12 volt, 12 volt, 24, 12, 12, 12. Oops, excuse me. Start over. 48, 48, 24, 48, 48, 48, 48, 48, 24. So just take this one, run it up to that one, and then negative there goes to negative, to negative, to negative, negative, to negatives, 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 blah, blah, blah. Keep working for about 6 hours and you'll have it all done. These are the straps that came with the Chevy Volt. I just cut them and used them. Drilled some holes. I have some copper 5/16 bolts that I've had laying around for years. I decided to use. Yeah, it's idling nice at 4 volts per cell pack. And this is just a cheap $100 power mister. I have the settings at setting is 11.2, number 1. Number 2 I have set at 12.2. Number 3 I have it 10.6, and I'm going to change number 3 to the low cutoff voltage. I'll probably make that about 11. Probably 11. The power mister, you can adjust it, but when you do make your adjustments, you need to disconnect it from the solar panel, disconnect it from the batteries, let it, sit for a second, put it all back together with your batteries first, and plug in your batteries first. What else can I show you? Here's a load, 13 amps. You see my light flickers a little bit there. The radio's running off of the solar batteries. Refrigerator's running off of it. Microwave. And I'll find a few other things to load it down with. Switch to a different system now. My grow watt inverter, 6,000 watt. 12 panels on the roof. And I'm taking in 59 volts right now. A little warm. And it's charging the battery. And I'm also loaded down with 2 mini splits, air conditioners, hot water heater, which we don't need hot water right now in Arizona, and I'm charging my Chevy Volt. Nice sunny day in Arizona. My first try on some batteries worked okay, but didn't store power very long. My second try on batteries, whole big stack of them, they still work well. First try with Chevy Volts. I bought this battery. It was already damaged, but it still functions. And this battery I damaged a little bit by overcharging, but it still functions. I do believe if I take that bolt out of there, this whole thing will explode. Yeah. Explosion, not as in, yeah, I don't know, sparks might fly. I've been monitoring this now since 8 o'clock in the morning. It's noon now and it's charging fine. It's not overcharging. That's very important. Chevy Volt batteries don't like to be depleted or overcharged. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.